Dear members, this is Jamie Ryan, your Executive Officer with the New Brunswick Real Estate Association. Once again, doing a video series with Dwayne Hayes, my friend and colleague, our Education Officer. This is part of our video series on real estate during a state of emergency. This segment will cover homes and properties with firm sale not yet closed. Dwayne, you've done a lot of research on this area. Can you please fill the members in on what you have found?
Thank you, Jamie. Yes, it's one of our essential services for these transactions that were written and we're already in the pipeline, and these deals need to close. And most of the processes can be done virtually, except for that final inspection walkthrough, or the pre-closing inspection, as we call it. And so we appreciate that the buyer needs to enter the property to make sure that everything's in the same condition and the things that they negotiated for are still there. But we really want to make sure that our members and their clients practice social distancing and minimize contact as much as possible. So in talking with other realtors around the province, we've put together a best practices suggested list of how you can accomplish that in this last critical step. So here's a quick peek that you can go over with your clients. And essentially, you want to minimize your contacts. So if you can send out, an email to contact to your clients in advance, and even a to-do list of what you want them to check for, things that the realtor would normally do in their walkthrough, checking on appliances, test the water, test the heating, and so on, and also confirming chattels and fixtures that are on the property. Now, one of these ways that we can accomplish this is the realtor can go before the client gets there, remove the key from the key box, unlock the door, wearing gloves, sanitizing, the key box and the key, unlock the door, and then stay outside. The client arrives, and respecting social distancing, the client can enter the property, do a complete walkthrough, following the to-do list, and even while they're doing this, they can be on the phone or even in video chat with the realtor to ask any questions, any concerns they may have if something's not working, and so on. Once they get through that and everything's okay, the buyer can certainly instruct their lawyer to proceed with the closing. If there's any issues, they can address those. They've always addressed them in the past through an amendment or through contact with the lawyer if there's any holdbacks or anything that's required. Now, when that buyer leaves, the realtor can lock the door and return the key to the key box. Again, a little wipe down would be advisable. And then, as in the past, the key box and the key stays there until it actually closes. So the listing agent can come by at a later date to pick up that key and key box, and again, using the same best practices. So we know it's not perfect. We know that it's not completely virtual, but we're hoping that this minimizes the contact as much as possible and still ensures that the buyer is able to view their property prior to closing and make sure everything's okay. Now, over the last couple of days, I've been in contact with some lawyers who are also trying to minimize contact at closing day, and they still require some signatures on some documents. So I hope to follow this video up with another video with a lawyer who's practicing social distancing and witnessing his client's signatures, but from a distance away behind a screened-in area. So I'll provide some more details on that tomorrow, Jamie.
That's great, Dwayne. And just two other items just to tie into what you just said. With regards to the lawyers we've been talking to, we've also been talking to the registrar, executive officer with the Law Society. So they're also providing us with guidance. So stay tuned for that information. Also wanted to talk to you about wearing of gloves. My colleague and friend, George Murray from the Moncton Real Estate Board, reminded me that wearing gloves is one thing, but how to wear them and take them off are essentially an essential thing. There are some great videos that you can just go on YouTube and look at it. Again, you have to determine your own best practice, but there's some excellent advice on wearing sanitized gloves, how to wear them and how to take them off. So one of the things that I wanted to say is that I know you'll have more questions. The MBRA staff, in partnership with the local real estate boards, will continue to work to gather more details in the days ahead, and we'll share this information with you as soon as we're able. So stay tuned, stay distant, and stay safe. Thank you.